Hello everyone, welcome to I Jump Instead and welcome to this 30-minute upper body strength routine on a rebounder. I am Trophy Steffi. Thank you so much for joining me today and for being accountable with me here. I'm going to be jumping on this 40-inch BCAN bungee unit. This is the Soft Land series and it is linked in the description box below. We're going to get started with a 5-minute warm-up for the full body, and then we're going to do 5 minutes of squat bounce to get the heart rate up, to get the legs activated. And then we're going to do 5 minutes of gentle swimming to increase flexibility in the arms. And then we're going to do our 10-minute strength training segment to really get in and dial into our flexing skills, our squeezing skills. And we're going to do intervals of 15 seconds health bounce throughout those 10 minutes. Then we're going to finish off with 5 minutes of health and wellness moves. Are you ready for this beginner-friendly routine? Glad to have you. Let's get started. Health bounce and posture jump is how we begin. Let's go ahead and put our feet into a wide stance. Let's lift through the spine. Chin is level. The sun is shining. Let's go ahead and bring our shoulders apart and down. And let's lift through the spine, reaching through the head up to the ceiling, keeping the eyes relaxed, keeping the teeth closed. Let's keep reaching upwards, lengthening through the spine as much as possible. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Now let's bring those downward shoulders and let's rotate them in slow circles forward. So bringing it down, back, up, and forward. And you can have your hands on the bar. Feel every bit of the stretching happening into your chest and back, into your shoulders and neck. These slow, meaningful rotations, keeping us nice and loose and mobile. Now let's go backwards, nice and slowly. Every position counts. Up, back, down, forward. Nice and slowly. Three, 2, and 1. Hands on the bar, chest is up, shoulders open. Let's bring our chin down to the chest. Feel the back of the neck stretching with every gentle bounce, like an accordion. And now slowly rotate the head to the side. And as you bring the head all the way around, I want you to reach through the chin and stretch out the jaw. Nose breathing, and then let's rotate to the other side, keeping the chin against the chest as much as possible, feeling every bounce. Reach through the chin, stretch into the side of the jaw. And let's do one more stretch on each side. Three, 2, and 1. Facing forward, I want you to bring both hands off the bar. If you're comfortable, you can do one hand if you desire. Let's go ahead and reach the arms out. Palm facing out, fingers wiggling. And I want you to reach, extend, and put those fingers into motion. And then I want you to feel the motion of the bounce going into your arm muscles. Do you feel that? Do you feel the little wave and pumping action happening into the stretch through your arms? Rotate through the wrists just a little bit, nice and gently, feeling into just gentle movements. Rotate through in the other direction. And now twist through the arms, reaching as much as possible. Go ahead and switch arms if you're doing just one arm. I want you to wiggle the fingers, rotate through the wrist, twist through the full arm. And if you're doing both arms with me, just keep reaching and bringing the arms to a beautiful motion. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's go ahead and put our hands on the bar and bring our shoulders and hips forward. Reach through the chin and stretch through the spine here in this cat position. Feel the spine expand and open up like an accordion with the flexible bounce happening, the flexible spine. Let's go ahead now and go in the opposite position, pulling the shoulders and hips back, tuck the chin in, squeeze the shoulders together, get into perfect alignment, and then feel the bounce going up and down, massaging your spine and back. 3, 2, 1. Now let's do some gentle back twisting where we stay in motion, and I want you to lift through the spine and go just a little bit deeper into the twisting each time you rotate, and keep the spine tall, eyes relaxed, teeth closed. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Let's do a gentle flutter kick on one side first. So in the upward motion, I like to kick the leg very gently, releasing the hip, the knee, the ankle, the thigh, the shin and calf, the toes, everything gets released, activated, strengthened here. Switching sides, here we go. Three, 2, squat, bounce, here we go. So let's go ahead and put our feet in a wide stance, bend those knees, chest up, chin level, and let's feel the flexible surface beneath our feet. Let's connect to it. It is a resistance mat. Let's push into resistance and let's meet the rhythm of our mat. So every mat has a little bit of a different opportunity for a bounce pace. We might have a slower or softer bounce. We might have a firmer, tighter bounce. We might have something in between. We just have to find and connect to the resistance that we are standing on and find it through the strength in our legs. Use the strength to push down at the rhythm that your mat provides. And then if your legs start to burn too much, you stand up a little taller and you find that sweet spot where you can do this all day, but you feel the perfect amount of strengthening happening in the thighs. Feet are flat against the mat. I want you to connect to the heels as well. We don't want to lean too much forward. We want to connect to the full flat feet in order to help us to strengthen the backs of the legs as well. Let's go ahead and bring our toes to a wide stance. And let's connect to what muscles are now activating that it's different from the toes being forward. You might feel the inner thighs, the knees, the ankles. And then the upper body posture, we always want to keep in mind is the core engagement. The chest stays lifted, shoulders are open, chin is level, hands on the bar, teeth closed. Connecting to this strength. It's like we get to do time under tension, and we don't have to create high tension by bending the knees too much. We just find that perfect amount of tension and stay there. Stay comfortable, stay in our strength. Let's go ahead and bring the toes so they're facing inward in a comfortable position for our own legs, our own body. I want you to adjust the upper body posture here and be present in that upper body and the lower body. Pushing down, using your strength, connect to that. Feel what muscles are working here in this position that are unique and different. The hip flexors potentially, any muscle, you might have different muscles firing than me, and it's all good. But you're getting all the different positions, so you are getting complete strengthening. Nose breathing. If you notice that your heart rate is coming up too high, you just need to stand up a little taller. See if you can slow down just a little bit. Now let's go ahead and put our feet into a lunge position. So we have 1 foot forward, 1 foot back. And let's make sure that the weight is distributed evenly into both legs. And be in our press down into our mat. These are our thighs. And we're connecting, mind to muscle connection. The heels, feel into the glutes, the hamstrings, both legs equally, relaxing into the shoulders, into the eyes, teeth closed. Let's go ahead and switch into the other lunge position. being as precise as possible with our weight distribution, our upper body posture, flat feet contact, feeling the strength, accessing the strength in our legs, and finding just the right amount of activation for happiness, for gratitude, for wanting more, for coming back for more most days, because we give our knees and our ankles and our hips just the right amount of muscle activation in order to stay balanced and to recover. So next up, we're gonna do 5 minutes of swimming to get nice and loose and stretched out in the upper body. 3, 2, and 1. Feet in a wide stance. Let's go ahead and start with crawl stroke. So full rotation, one arm at a time. You have one hand on the bar at all times and lean into it, reach. And just like with the shoulder rolls, I want you to focus on the down, back, up, and forward and down. And notice this beautiful potential of incredible mobility in the spine, in the back health. So we can reach for stuff and we can have beautiful strength and flexibility, circulation, strong upper body muscles, reducing our risk of injury. And now I want you to keep in mind, when we're doing this movement, let's go ahead and rotate to the backward rotations, backstroke. Keep in mind that the nervous system plays a role in exercise, and we want to relax where we can relax, engage where we should engage. So relaxing into the back of the neck and into the head and eyes is where I find it to be the most powerful way to be present and to connect deeper with the goal right now, and that is to be lengthening through the hip, the full side of the body on both sides, the chest and back. That is what we're focused on, and we can stay more focused when we release unnecessary tension. Let's go ahead now and switch to the side strokes. So out to in and switch, out to in. See if you can stay nice and tall through the spine so we're not hunched forward. We're painting the ceiling right over our heads. Let's go ahead. Next, we're going to do treading water. If you want to do one arm at a time, you can, or two. Here we go. So keeping the arms up, let's bring the arms forward and back. And if you're doing one arm, just do one arm. Chest and back, getting as open as possible. Just feel into the motion. You might try looking at me less and feeling into the move more. If you're going to switch arms, go ahead and do that now. Let's go ahead now and switch to mermaid, down and up, down and up, down and up, down and up. And if you're doing mermaid on one arm, go ahead and switch to the other arm, down and up. Three, two, and 1. So we're gonna get ready for the next segment, which is gonna be 10 minutes of strengthening into the upper body. And we're gonna do 45 seconds on and 15 seconds of health bounce. For these 45 seconds, I'm gonna have us not bouncing, especially if we're not comfortable taking our hands off the bar while we bounce. But for all of you who are wanting to dial into your flex ability and your squeeze and mind to muscle connection, not bouncing takes us all to the next level. So I encourage us all to not bounce for the 45-second intervals, and then we can health bounce for 15 seconds, okay? So the first move is gonna be the single arm reaches, and I want you to have your feet in a wide stance, core is engaged, use your core muscles to stabilize your body on the mat so you feel stable because the core is stabilizing you. And now we're gonna bring our arms out just like this, palms facing down, and we're going to squeeze into the muscles in the upper body, keep them in motion as we reach, and a slight bend in the knees is recommended. It's gonna help you be more stable and connect. If you wanna gently bounce, you absolutely can. And I want you to be reaching and squeezing in the upper body. And try both, bouncing and not bouncing. And notice which position in the legs, or bounce or not bouncing, which one helps you to connect deeper to your squeeze. Squeeze and reach, squeeze and reach, squeeze and reach. Health bounce in 3, 2, 1. Here we go, release. I notice that I am much more focused on squeezing without the bounce, and this helps me to progress my squeezing skills so that I can introduce a bounce. Let's go ahead now and do double arm reaches. So in and out like this, out and in. It's all about perfecting that skill, the isometric skill of connection to the muscles that we're working. In this case, it's the full upper body, it's the core, it's the back and chest, it's the arms. And we want to be in a release of all tension in the head and neck. And this is where it gets very precise in our form, and bouncing can be distracting while we're practicing and getting better at this skill. Health bounce. Here we go. Next up, we're gonna do our chest press. So we'll stay right here in position, no bouncing, knees bent slightly, hands together, and we push. And I want you to feel into the chest, the shoulders, the biceps, triceps, the elbow is getting strong, the forearms, the wrists, the core muscles, the back muscles. You could be pushing into the fingertips, being very present, just connecting to your body, the way it feels, your hands, the way they feel together, your back, your lats, the way they feel as they're squeezing and pushing, and there's tension in your upper body and core. Both biceps getting stronger. We're strengthening into the elbows and the shoulders, so the muscles in the arms are in balance with the strength in our joints. 3, 2, release. And now connect to the health bounce and the recovery in what we have as an opportunity here to release and to pump and flush. 3, 2, pull apart. So bend the knees, no bouncing, hands clasped together, and we pull. So I've got my fingers here just like this, and I'm gonna switch hand grips soon, just like that. So keep pulling, knees bent, chest lifted, core is engaged, and scan and feel. Both arms equally engaged, chest and back. Go ahead and switch hand grips. Pulling the fingers apart, feeling the muscles. These moves built my body. These moves just made me feel so much more toned and strong from the inside. 3, 2, 1, release and health bounce. Relax, let it go, pump and flush. Trophy pose is next. I love this pose. Core is engaged. Let's engage the legs as well and the upper body. So trophy, let's get into our full body trophy. And if we were to be a firm Oscar, we have won. We've won our trophy because we are the trophy. Let's squeeze into our bodies, but relax the neck and eyes. That is a skill that we are mastering right now. The full upper body, core and legs, and the relaxed face and mind. The mind. Let's connect to empty mind, presence in the body, core. 3, 2, release. Now let's go ahead and do an isotonic. So we're gonna bring our squeeze into motion. So we're gonna have our hands closed, but not firmly closed. And we're just gonna open and squeeze and open and squeeze, as if we had weights in our hands. But have you ever done weight lifting without weight? And the weight that you're bearing is the tension that you're putting inside through the squeeze. Feeling the squeeze in both positions. This squeeze, easy, right? And now squeezing in the outward position too. Chest stays lifted. So many components in order to be dialing into all the potential of this move. 3, 2, 1, release. Next up, we're gonna do our bicep flexing and back. So they call this front double bicep. Don't squeeze too hard into the palms, just squeeze into the shoulders and the biceps and triceps, the lats here, the core, the chest, the back. Just squeeze in this upper body and connect to the symmetry in this position. Sometimes I just open my hands to say, no, I'm not trying to squeeze the hands. I'm just trying to squeeze into the body here and connect to my strength, my internal strength, mental strength, the physical strength. 3, 2, release. The next one is the downward reach. So I want you to pull your shoulders all the way down, squeeze the underarms into the torso, the hands stay off the body, just push into the torso. You can bend your knees if you desire. You could have a very soft bend in the knees, kind of having the legs mostly straight if you want to. And I want you to leave your shoulders down, pulling down, stretch your neck long and up as you squeeze the underarms into your torso. Breathing through the nose, feeling both arms activate equally. Squeeze it out for 3, 2, 1, release. And we're going to do a similar one next, which is the same squeeze and lift, but we're going to have the palms facing inward, and we're going to lift the arms up and squeeze. So we're in the upward position as high as possible and squeezing. And so feel those triceps, because if you need to kind of lift a little bit more, stay in the lift. Stay in your constant effort to be lifting and squeezing at the same time. And you will feel your triceps. Breathe through this. See if you can relax your neck completely and your eyes and just be in this amazing, gorgeous tricep activation and tension. Lift, 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 squeeze, finding that perfect, happy medium. 3, 2, 1, and release. We have one more move, and we're gonna practice our humming. Oh, yeah, let's do it. Let's practice humming. So let's put our feet in a wide stance and let's do power pose. So hands on the waist, and you can have the knees slightly bent, and I want you to squeeze your upper body in this position. So the arms are firm and flexed, and the core is engaged. And let's practice a little bit of humming. We have 5 more minutes of the health and wellness moves, but let's go ahead and do some humming here. Breathing in through the nose. Here we go. I'm still in my power pose. 3, 2, 1, release. Great job. That's powerful. Now we're going to stretch into the mouth and work our jawline by spelling out the alphabet with our mouth. You don't have to say the letters out loud, but I'm going to start by saying A, B, C, and go ahead. One more round. While we are health bouncing, excellent. And when you're ready, let's pull on those ears. One arm or both arms at a time, but I'm only going to give us like 15 seconds here, so keep that in mind. Just pull the ears, release tension. Don't hold any extra tension right now in your eyes or neck. Just relax the ears open. 3, 2, 1. Take your finger and look closely at maybe 12 inches away from your eyes, and then look at something farther away, and then your finger. Just switch your focus. Perfect. Just go back and forth. 3, 2, and 1. Palm against your nose. Just rub your nose in circles in both directions. Just open up the nose canal. Just connect to more flexibility and mobility in your nose. We want to be nose breathing even more efficient. 3, 2, and 1. Let's open the mouth as wide as we can, like we're at the dentist and we're pros. Hold it for 5 seconds. Now let's take our tongue and let's drag it in 2 slow circles in each direction through the gums. Now let's take a moment to correct our posture, get into our posture position, shoulders apart and open, chin level, nice and tall through the spine, and I want you to draw in to the pelvic floor. And I want you to connect and hold in your pelvic floor. There's energy in there. There's thoughts in there. There's a vibration in there. And I want us to connect and hold and draw in, be present with it. Nose breathing. 10 more seconds. Three, 2, and 1. And now we're going to practice our humming skills again. We can never get enough humming. So I want you to get nice and comfortable in your gentle health bounce. And let's hum together. I'm going to inhale and hum. Inhale through the nose and hum. And you can join me. Here we go. And one more. And now let's just be still in our mind and be present in the feelings in our body. Three, two, and one. Amazing job, everyone. That felt very, very good. And I'm so happy you were here with me today. Thank you for being here. If you liked the routine, please give me a thumbs up, and I want red hearts in the comments section. All red hearts, nothing but red hearts. Any of the red heart options are fine. And thank you for putting comments in the comments section. We really appreciate it. Please give us a like if you like this routine, and if you're not subscribed to this YouTube channel, please do subscribe, because we got more routines like this dropping every single week, and lots more routines here in this YouTube channel in the playlist section. Okay, check that out. Thanks again. I'll see you very soon.